Welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to Gaming and the Onyx Path news. This week is a rather special week because of a new release that has come out this Wednesday that I was co-developer on, and that book is Mage the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition Gods and Monsters. Now, Gods and Monsters is a book that has been a long time coming. Hell, it's been quite a while since we last released a Mage the Ascension book, but despite the time that it has taken for us to release a new Mage offering, I'm glad that it's taken as long as it has when Gods and Monsters is the finished product. I can tell you that the journey to create this book has been a lengthy one for a number of the people involved in it, and arduous in some cases. The developers were Satyros Filbracato, Eddie Webb and myself, and Satyr, as many people know him, went through a great number of ordeals getting this book put together in his personal and professional life, and this product that's come out now is beautiful in every way. I hope you can tell, I hope you can hear the sincerity in my voice when I'm speaking right now, because some books are a real labour of love. Sometimes you put a game together, and sometimes you put a game together and you do it because it's a job. Sometimes you put a game together because you love the content and you want it to be as true to the source, to the cultural representation that you're trying to evoke as you possibly can. And Gods and Monsters is the latter of those things. It's a song, a poem if you like, from Phil Satyr to the game that he loves, Mage the Ascension, and I would say that's the same for everyone that contributed to it. The amazing array of authors we had on this book, the 3 developers, the artists, the editor, layout artists, everyone who was involved in this really brought their A-game, and you can tell it's a big purple book, to use the Mage the Ascension terminology. It has every kind of monster, god, as the name implies, supporting character, animal, power as well, that you could really want out of a book like this. If your game wants to edge into the mythological, and Mage the Ascension games get so fun when they do, this book really has you covered in every conceivable way. I want you to check this book out, whether you buy it in PDF or buy it in print as well, because I think we're all incredibly proud by how well it's doing. Within a week of its release, it is already an Electrum seller at time of uploading on DriveThruRPG. And if you do pick it up, please leave a rating, please leave a review. If you can't leave a review, just leave a rating. And this is something I don't often ask, but I do mean, again, with all sincerity, that ratings and reviews on DriveThruRPG really help drive sales for us. And you may not care that whether sales are strong or weak, but from a pure pragmatic business perspective, the lines that sell better will get more books written for them. And you know how lines sell better? It's from reviews and ratings, because we can't drive people to watch videos like this or to read the Monday Meeting blog. You know, we try, but for the most part, customers find out about the books they want to buy from other customers. And the only way they can find out other customers' opinions is by reading their reviews and looking at their ratings. So it's incredibly important to us that if you buy things from sites like DriveThruRPG, you leave your opinions. And those opinions could be critical. Speak about what you like, speak about what you don't like. But leave a rating as well, because some people will just look at those stars. Is it 1 star, is it 3, is it 5? And that will help inform their purchase. Now, I am imploring you, the watcher, if you have read one of our books and loved it in the last couple of years and you haven't left a review or rating, please do consider doing so. It helps us immeasurably, it really does, especially if a few of you do it. The sheer difference in how well things might sell based on ratings it's staggeringly vast. It seems so simple, but it's true. And you might think, well, why can't you inflate your own ratings? We are not allowed to. We can't review our own products, so take that thought out of your head. We are dependent on the customers to review us fairly and accurately, and all of our products. So if you've read anything in the last year, yesterday of ours, consider giving it a review. Now, with that little side quest out of the way, let's talk a little about Kickstarter. The Contagion Chronicle is still on Kickstarter. I'm not going to labour the Contagion Chronicle this week because I've done so over the last 2 weeks, but what I will say is this. We've managed to hit 2 stretch goals at time of recording. We're about to hit the 3rd, and what that means is we have started funding 2 additional Contagion Chronicles books. One is a big systems book, which right now seems to be named after the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and is really going to start delving into what it means system-wise, mechanics-wise, when a mage starts interacting with a Promethean or a mummy starts interacting with a beast. How does a mummy exist within a beast's lair, for instance? What happens if a Promethean enters the hedge, for example? This is the book that will answer these kinds of metaphysical questions that we just didn't have room for in the Contagion Chronicle. So if that's something of interest to you and you haven't backed the Contagion Chronicle already, your pledges will help go towards funding that book's creation. The other book that will be created is going to be a book of outbreaks, a travelogue if you like. More settings, more examples of contagion, more insight into the sworn and the false, your playable factions in the Contagion Chronicle. So again, if you want more meat on your bone, I guess, then backing the Contagion Chronicle Kickstarter is a good way to assure that happens. Just like with reviews, we know whether people want more books based on what they're purchasing. So if you are interested, then put money down, put your money where your mouth is, help us produce games for you to play, and we will continue to do so. Backerkit now. Backerkit is still ongoing, and just as I say every single week, if you missed one of our books at Kickstarter, check Onyx Path out on Backerkit. There'll be a whole load of games popping up around me as they do every week, because these are the kinds of games that you can find on Backerkit. If you missed the Kickstarter, that's fine. You can still buy the deluxe or prestige version of the games that are popping up around me on Backerkit until that game sees general release, at which point it will come down from Backerkit and it will be available with websites such as Indie Press Revolution and DriveThruRPG. So do check Backerkit out. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on community content right now, only a little bit, and the only reason I'm spending a little bit is because, sadly, tragically, we have no new releases this week on the Slarecian Vault or on Canis Minor for Scarred Lands and Pugmire. So now's your time to step in to the fray. If you want your game promoted on this channel, your sourcebook for one of those 2 community content programs, post in the comments below and I will talk about it. I will quite happily advertise your game so that more people hear about it. And if you want to just release something on one of those things, it doesn't need to be a book of 100 classes or 100 spells or 100 monsters. All it has to do is be one thing. One thing. Release a 2-page PDF on one of them. I'll promote it for you on here. You don't need to pay. We want to help support our community by doing this. So if you have content for the community content programs, let me know and I will promote it here. On from community content to Onyx Path Media. Now, we seem to go through ebbs and flows, fits and starts, if you like, of Onyx Path Media, people doing actual plays of our games. You will have probably seen on this channel that I've been running a Contagion Chronicle actual play. Well, additionally, Twin Cities by Night is partway through a Hunters Hunted 2 actual play on their channel, so links will be in the description below. Hunters Hunted was one of the books, or Hunters Hunted 2 was one of the books that Onyx Path kickstarted shortly after its foundation, I believe, and it was one of those V20 source books, but I'm glad to see some people getting excellent use out of it. It's one of my favourite V20 books, in fact. And Roll the Roll, actually spelt the, perhaps, well, roll as in roll the role, as in role play. I don't know why I always mime when I say role play. Maybe this is how I actually mime, how I role play, and why no one ever wants me at their table. But Roll the Roll are running a Dystopia Rising Evolution actual play as well, and I will be linking to their channel down below. Occultists Anonymous is a Mage the Awakening actual play that's going on too. So as I say, fits and starts. We've actually got quite a few going on right now, and that will be linked below. And I would be remiss if I didn't promote Devil's Luck Gaming's Scarred Lands sessions, because they are among the best I have ever seen. They are a genuine joy to watch. The players love it. They really get what's so fantastic about Scarred Lands, and you will love it too if you give them a shot. And we also have the Chimera, a channel just running a story path game. Now, they've not really gone into whether they're going to be running a particular story path game like Scion, like they came from, like Trinity, or whether they're just running a story path system game. And that's quite exciting, that they may be using story path just to run a game completely separate to one of the games we're releasing. So again, they are linked below. Please check them out. And with that said, it's a brief one this week, but I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you pick up Mage the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition. I hope that you back the Contagion Chronicle on Kickstarter, but keep your eyes open, because over the next few weeks, over the next couple of months, we're going to see a few exciting new releases, and I hope you stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching.